defense if you force it to.
My name is General Zod.
Welcome. I'm the motherfucking Batman, David John Lincoln, aka the Savage Bat, with my co-host Zod Writer, the Kryptonian, the Bat and the Kryptonian, with Mikey Sutton. And in case you hadn't noticed or haven't been paying attention to the internet, Dreamwalker is getting made into a TV show. Come on, people! What the hell?
People must be living offline if they don't know.
Yeah. Congratulations, Mikey. You know, we've had, this has been an ongoing thing that we've, it's been going on for quite a while now. And it's just
How are you feeling, Mikey?
How'd you feel today?
Well, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Feels like victory. What a day, man. What a day. I mean, seriously. So the news dropped about 5 o'clock in the morning on Variety. At least I saw it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to bed now, right? I'm going to go to bed, but my spidey sense was tingling because I've been checking Variety up and down all day long. I'm like, I'll just check it one more time before I go to bed. I go there. I'm on the fucking front page of Variety. I'm like, holy shit. I lose it. I totally lose it, right? I started emailing people the link before I even read it.
Yeah.
I
know. I got it. I got the link. I was like, what the fuck?
I texted Sil. He already had it on his Instagram. I mean, the dude was probably like watching like a hawk or something, you know?
Well, you said when it popped up, it would pop up early. So all of us were up early waiting for it to come today, Mikey. It was just...
Well, but I was thinking, like, okay, which time zone are we talking about here? Like U.S. early or Asia early or UK early? Because they have 108 Media has got an office in London. They have an office in Singapore. It's like, well, okay, which one is it? Which time zone are we talking about here? So I said, fuck it, like, just keep checking until I go to bed. But I put my phone away. I really put my phone away. Like, okay, one more time. I just felt this gut feeling, and I felt the disturbance in the force, or whatever you want to call it. Spidey sense tingling, and I went there, and I'm like, okay, I don't see. Oh shit, there it is. And Kate's face just really jumps out, like, oh my god, there's the article. But what really blew me away was the headline. That just universe. What universe?
Yeah, let's have just a quick look at that right now, because that was I'll just cut it out. It's Filipino American fantasy universe. Sorry, Variety at the top. Variety, pretty big thing there. Dreamwalker set at 108 Media with Mikhail Red as series director. Top Filipino film director Mikhail Red, Birdshot Recorder, is set as a series director of Dreamwalker, a live-action book-to-series adaptation of a story about a monster-slaying vlogger. The project is being set up by London, Singapore-based 108 Media. The show is an adaptation of Dreamwalker, action fantasy graphic novel by Filipino-American pop culture blogger Mikey Sutton and artist Nolan Flores. I mean... as soon as I saw that little bit there, I was just like, wow, come on. This is huge.
I mean, it's one thing to look up to a certain filmmaker or whatever. You have that person in your group. How weird does that feel? I know how I feel. How do you guys feel? One of your own is in Variety.
Listen, Mikey. It's like Mikhail Red is like the Filipino Zack Snyder.
He is.
I mean, I've seen Eerie on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I'm telling everyone that I know to get them ready for Dreamwalker to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, and you said earlier on another stream that about how working with him is a surprise and all that, but it's great, and the more I think about it, the more I feel like it's just perfect synergy, Mikey, because you're a visionary, and to be able to work with, the Zack Snyder of that,
Yeah.
of that area. It's like, wow, that's perfection, man. I mean, how does it get any better, Mike? It seems like all of your desires for Dreamwalker as a show are coming true. So where does this fall into what your expectations were?
Oh man, it fulfills them and goes over them, and it's funny because Dreamwalker. I have a history of Dreamwalker with Sil on his channel. Let's give you guys snippets of it of how this came about. Um, Dreamwalker was originally a comedy. It was a Japanese shoujo girl comedy with a girl, and she's like a Dennis the Menace type. He goes through people's dreams and messes them up, right? She does all sorts of comedic hijinks. This was not funny. It was not funny, and unlike some other filmmakers out there, I know when I'm not funny, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? I don't want jokes that don't land. I don't want Love and Thunder, right? I mean, I don't want jokes
no one wants Love and Thunder.
I still hope that one day the Mikey verse gets big enough to where you have the creative control and the ability to actually do story time with Mikey Sutton as a series.
I think the world is ready for that.
No, I'm ready for it, but I know the world might not be ready. But
18 certificate, that'll be.
So it was the comedy part wasn't working, and I was struggling, and Noelle was waiting for a year for a script, and we hadn't already known each other, and I had a stroke, and I was an hour away from dying. I would have been dead if my mom hadn't found me in time. And then during the recovery process, I was told that I would never write again, and most likely I would never walk again. So I spent a month and a half rehabbing and learning how to write again, move my hands around, and be able to walk, which took 2.5 months. The same time, in the back of my mind, it's like this: like, you can't get too stressed out because your blood pressure will shoot up, and then you might get a stroke again. Okay, so you have to be calm and collected as you recover, and not think about anything that'll stress you out. Well, geez, I'll never walk again. That's pretty damn stressful, right? So every day I would wake up having to discipline myself, like stay calm, stay calm. For some reason, I was surrounded by some of the most attractive nurses ever. For some reason, like it just gets any weirder than this, right? I had a nurse who looked like Natalie Portman, right?
Oh, wow.
Like, what the hell?
Can't argue with that.
Like, did I die? Am I in heaven right now? Is this it? Like my personal.
You were having a near-death experience. You were becoming the Dreamwalker yourself, Mikey. Oh wow.
Yeah, his mic's going off there. There you go. He's back. You there, Mikey?
Yeah, I'm there. Okay. So the person who was doing my rehab, I kid you not, and I still have her picture with me, looked like Jennifer Garner. Okay, Jennifer Garner. So I had Electra as my rehab. I feel like Ben Affleck now. But anyway, I was like, okay, well that calms me down. You know what I mean? And the whole time, I felt like Hawkeye Pearson Nash. I was cracking jokes all the time, just nonstop to get rid of my nervousness and anxiety. I would just crack jokes all the time. And so, but I couldn't write that damn story, man. When I figured out how to write again, couldn't write it. It just was not funny. And then I saw Kate Valdez on that soap opera. When I was learning how to walk, I had to walk back and forth to the living room, right? My mom was watching the soap opera, Onanai, and then I saw her, and I'm like, who is this girl? She's absolutely stunningly beautiful. And to me, she's like a Filipina Brooke Shields. Her features are similar to Brooke Shields. And so I started watching the show, and I'm like, couldn't get my eyes off her. And then she's a really incredible actress. Like at one point, she's like, like playing with her hair, and she beats up another girl. Like, who is this? Who is this actress here, And I posted her picture on Facebook, and I'm going to put up a screenshot of that today. It's kind of historic now, right? With lyrics from the Cult, Zod, from 1986. She Sold Sanctuary.
Oh, yes.
When I use for my caption, and Noel messaged me. He commented on the post, and he messaged me. He goes, "Hey, you want to interview her?" Like, what? Yeah, I work with her. Like, what?
Kate
Like, wait a minute,
Valdez.
you worked on a TV show? So
Yeah.
he did a fantasy show with her called Encantadia, which she was one of the stars, but he was the lead visual designer. And when I looked it up on YouTube, he had the first credit on the show. This is who I'm talking to? The dude is so humble, right? He never says a word. Um, I'm like, oh my god, and I still couldn't get that fucking script done. Um, and so I interviewed Kate. Went really well. The article came out in a site that no longer exists, but the name should be familiar. It's called Paper Cuts, right? No
Oh, yeah.
meta there. Um, and so I thought, okay, I'll do the article. Oh, in the article, I call her the next big thing, right? Um, I was trying to get her to play Kate Bishop for Marvel. They wanted a Filipino actress. Well,
Yeah.
they,
I
they got
remember. I
one.
remember the hashtag.
Yeah, you remember that?
you
Yeah,
done.
Haley Steinfeld was who they got. But I
Yeah.
was trying to get Kate Valdez to play Kate Bishop, and I called Kate the next big thing in that article. And so um, in the comment section somewhere, I said, Kate, I promise you, I'll make you a comic book hero, and I'm gonna turn you into a Hollywood star. She's now a comic book hero, and she's now a Hollywood star.
Well,
Okay?
that's it. You
Mission
say
accomplished,
stuff.
right? Mission
Yeah, it
accomplished.
comes true. The-
Mikey,
The
I
force is
think
strong.
that Kate Valdez should be the next Wonder Woman because
Oh my god, dude, that would just
she
rule. That would just rule, dude.
I mean, she just exudes all of that
Yeah.
awesomeness. And
Oh
again,
yeah.
the character of the character of Cat,
Yeah.
Dreamwalker,
Yeah.
is of course perfect. It is her because
Yeah.
you modeled it after her the whole book, but it's
I
just
know.
Yeah. And so after the article came out, that's a great idea, by the way, too. So,
Yeah.
so after the article came out, I thought, well, that's it. I'll probably, you interview a celebrity and that's it, right? Your life goes on, and you don't really
Right.
hear from them. And I was like, man, I really enjoyed that interview. Like, is that it? And then, all of a sudden, she follows me on Instagram. Like, oh, you know. Then we started talking, and then we started talking on Facebook and stuff. I'm like, hey, And then when we were talking again, she asked me, by the way, I had no idea Kate is a comic book fan or a fan of the MCU or comic book. I had none of this, no idea. I thought, like, okay, she's Super Marvel. Like, why would a Super Marvel you want to be a superhero, right? I had no idea she's a big fan of DC and Marvel. No clue. Until I started, talking with her and stuff. And then she asked me, have you seen The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix? I said, no, I have not seen it. And I watched Riverdale. I have to admit, I do watch Riverdale. But never seen Sabrina. We should watch it. Okay. So I watched it one evening, and I'm blown away, right? This show is dark. This show is like satanic occult stuff in it and stuff. This is no Archie show, But it triggered something in my imagination, David. I was like, why is Dreamwalker a comedy? But my natural element is horror, right? All the short stories I've written in the past, none of them were published. They were all horror. I love horror, And so I took the same premise and made it horror. What I did was, in the original comedy, she's a Dennis the Menace type. She just causes trouble with people and while they're sleeping, and it ruins their sleep and stuff. I said, what if she goes in those dreams to get weapons to fight these Filipino monsters from my childhood? And I'm like, yeah. And then I said, now we're getting somewhere,
Actual Filipino myths.
myths exactly that I grew up on.
Yeah.
All this stuff, like the walk in the first. I grew up on that myth.
Yeah.
That these birds will come and get you and eat you, And so I thought, okay, there's my premise, and a little flashback, guys, going back 32 years. There's a song by the Candy Skins called Submarine Song, and I always give credit where credit's due. There's a line in the song where he goes, "And I walk through your dreams," and that line just stuck with me for 3 decades. Right? I'm like, what a cool power to have. And so, I'm obviously I'm Sandman influenced, but mostly that idea came from the Candy Skin song. Just that one line, it's throwaway line. The rest of the song has nothing to do with that line. Okay, it's just that one cool line, and so that's where the girl, the girl's powers idea came from. So I wrote a horror in a script that I tried a year to write. I wrote in 1 week. Everything just clicked. And I said, I didn't know what the girl looked like, right? I had this fuzzy face in my head what this girl looked like. And I pictured her as Kate. Boom, there she is. She's Dreamwalker. Kate is Dreamwalker. And I named her Cat after Kate. And I told Noel, hey, this is my idea. We're going with the script. And he loved it. So right at the time, this is the level of talent I'm working with. Noel was designing a multi-million-dollar live-action anime show in the Philippines called Voltus 5 Legacy, which is coming out this year, finally, after all these years. But he was working on that while he was drawing Dreamwalker 1. And so he actually changed the opening of Dreamwalker 1, he changed it. Because originally, Cat was in a car crash. He goes, no, make it a bus crash. Okay. I said, yeah, but that's too much for you to draw.
The bus crash makes it more authentic.
Yeah, it does.
To Filipino culture.
Yes,
correct?
it is. It does. Yeah, I didn't realize that happens all the time in the provinces. That these bus crashes happen quite frequently over there. So they can relate to it, and also that would mean that Cat doesn't have enough money to buy a car, which also makes it more relatable, right? So he said, hey, we'll have her in a bus crash. She's the only survivor. And I got chills. I'm like, oh my God, that fits right in with my plan was that she's the chosen one. She's a chosen Dreamwalker. And she lives through this. And each issue, she learns a lesson, guys. And so, very much Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man is a hidden influence in all of this. Because she's Peter Parker. Okay, she's modeled after Peter Parker. And so Noel did that, and like I said, give credit where credit's due. That's his idea for the plot opening there. It changed the whole fabric of the storyline from that, because his idea made me come up with more ideas to develop the whole Dreamwalker myth.
The bus crash was so cinematic to start things off. I mean, to get to grip
I love it. I've read it all the way through.
Yeah, to grip your attention as a reader.
It's a great start.
Almost as if you're in a cinema and you're a viewer and you're catching it in that. I mean, it's gotta. The series has to open up exactly the same. I'm sorry.
You notice that they mentioned the bus crash in the article too. So.
Right.
Integral part, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of spectacular on screen, by the way.
It's a fixed point in time. It has to happen.
Yeah. It's
absolutely.
I hate to say it's like a J.J. Abrams opening, like Lost or something, right? Just she's the only survivor, and so it became dark. It became like that scene where that kid's chopping up his dad, right? In the original, the kid she goes through the dream, sees the kid and steals his ice cream. That's the original story. But all of a sudden it became this really dark and what I told Noel before he drew it, I said, Noel, draw this like a streaming show. That's the kind of I wanted that streaming show style. I was thinking of Daredevil on Netflix. That's what I was thinking. The whole lighting. I said light it up like Netflix is my suggestion to him. And when I got the pages back, it looked like a streaming show. It's exactly what he pulled off, right? And so that's how it all begins, David. My phone's blowing up, man. All day long, I've been blowing up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Kate. Okay.
Hey!
The timing of this, right?
Perfect.
Say hi to Kate.
Mikey, did you get your congratulations from Neil Gaiman yet?
You know what? I would love to, man. Hey, little eerie story again here. My first published work professionally in the U.S., I reviewed Neil Gaiman, Hellblazer 27. I called Neil Gaiman the next big thing back in 1990. Right here I am. My first TV show is about
You're
dreams.
the next. Don't you realize this, Mikey? Now you're the next big thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy
Dreamwalker.
thought.
I mean, this is where you are. Again, I've said it. I've said it a million times. You're a visionary, and then
Thank
this
you.
is something that
Yeah.
people need to understand. To go from your mind to go from coming up with the germ of an idea being a comedy, and
Yeah.
then essentially going to where you could write something epic and creative, and then to have the idea of teaming up with such a amazing visual artist like
I'm blessed.
Noel. I
I'm
mean,
totally
that's
blessed.
just wow, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a beautiful story, Mikey.
Thank you.
I'm sitting here thinking now, like how your story is so inspirational. And I mean, speaking for myself, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, through like the Still Nation and all the big groups that
Yeah.
we're a part of,
Yeah.
all feel that inspiration, and see
Thank
where
you.
it is, and from where you're
the
sitting
driving
right
force.
now. How does it feel, going through you now, to know that it's all a reality versus just before, when it was all in the planning stages? And does it
Mhm.
feel better now that you don't have to keep it all bottled up anymore, and you
Oh
can talk
God, you
about
don't
it?
know what a release that was when this
I can imagine.
came out.
Well,
Like-
speaking as somebody who's been a part of the arc,
Yeah, same.
At least you were.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that. Like, wow.
Same. But yeah, that secret was like, it was starting to like
Huge.
get like, oh, for God's sake. Just announce it already.
Think about this, guys. I kept this a secret for 8 months.
Yeah, and no one leaked it. None of us leaked
No
it.
one leaked it.
No one leaked it.
The worst part, though, would have to be I would assume, having to keep it from Kate,
Okay,
right?
that was
Yeah.
the hardest part.
Your star.
My star, and I signed the deal in April, so actually it's more than 8 months now, right? It's like 10 months or something.
Yeah.
I'm not good at math, but it's been a while. Okay, but I had the secret in April. So February 1st is when it was finally unleashed to the world.
Yeah.
I didn't tell Kate until December. Okay,
Wow.
because I was not allowed to.
No.
Policy.
I got countless messages from people asking me what this big thing is, and I just had to say, look, I'm
yeah.
sorry, no offense, but I can't say anything. Simple as, please don't message me again, because I'm not going to tell you. I've massive long list of them.
Oh yeah, but I will say this with regards to that, though. Savage Bat. In my experience, it seemed like most people that wanted to know were all convinced that it was Snyderverse related.
Snyderverse
or
related.
Spider-Man. Lately, I was thinking, oh, Spider-Man bomb.
Yeah.
It's funny because Bad Dan was on last night. I kept making jokes in the chat. I said, nice to see a variety of people here with a variety of topics.
Yeah. I heard you said it on Seal's channel as well, didn't you? It's got a variety of things
Very
going on. I
variety,
thought, oh my God.
A groan.
He dropped it. And then Variety dropped the news. I mean, come on. It's, for them to be the one that kind of, dropped it first, that's a big, news site. This is not mucking around. That's big stuff.
No, I mean, Variety did the article up in style. They did the way they did it. It was just clear as could be. Letting the world know like a beacon. Like, hey, this is big stuff. Get ready. That was the impression I got with the article. And then I started, and then I was reading. There were a couple other articles that came out today too. That it was kind of nice to see.
Comicbook.com covered it.
Yeah, and then there was one of the international trades that picked
Yeah,
it up.
Village People in the Philippines.
And
they actually mentioned
weren't they
Sil.
the one? Yeah,
that's the one. I
They
was
were the
just about
ones
to
that
say
mentioned that you. They were the ones that
Abdul.
mentioned that you do Rogues Gallery with Sil Abdul. They mentioned that,
Yeah.
as if that
So
was
congratulations, Sil. If
that
you
was
mentioned
huge.
one,
That
that's
was
great.
huge. You know,
Yeah.
to see, and I loved it too, because again, you guys, your slogan being the troublemakers, right?
Yeah.
To see Sil's name like that too. Oh, he co-hosts with Sil on Rogues Gallery. That puts Rogues Gallery on a whole other level now, on a whole other tier. It's not just Mikey Sutton and some black guy anymore. He's actually been spoken about by name as Sil Abdul, and I think I thought that was awesome. That was my favorite part of that article.
This is the pathway to the history of Dreamwalker. It's all
Yes.
happening now.
And keep in mind too, Zod, that's actually a magazine that had that article.
Well, you cut out a bit there, Mikey.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, a magazine, Village People. That picture of Trey Valdez on the cover. That's the magazine that mentioned that. So
Beautiful.
Oh, right.
It was
I have
beautiful.
to see if I can
It's
get
a great article, and again, seeing so much written. I mean, the documentary for Dreamwalker can be mapped out very, very easily from just the stuff that's occurred today alone. It's out there now, and just from all our testimonies from having been around you and been around Sil all this time. I don't know, Mikey. I'm finishing up my book, Pause Not Stop, about the Snyderverse. I think after I finish Pause Not Stopped, I think I want to write about this experience.
Okay, it is experience, and just it's funny because I was telling you guys in the chat that I want to see a compilation of all the reaction videos of you guys when I was sipping you guys DMs backstage.
Oh my god!
I said all I want are live reactions. All I want. And then David here shut down the stream. I'll never forget that he's just sitting there like this, just looking in the abyss while everybody's talking. He's not saying a word.
Well, I'll tell everyone now, that day when Mikey gave me the news, I cancelled my stream because of it. Because I couldn't even speak.
What was there to say? I remember we were looking at each other. What is there to say?
it was supposed to be me and Zod going on after you announced that. And I said, you know what? I'm fucking cancelling it. I can't even talk, let alone think.
I know, and it was tragic that day because you and I were supposed to talk about Little Mermaid, but
yeah, I know. Yeah, well,
oh my god.
Yeah, we was. Yeah, that's actually coming up in the future, by the way. Special episode about the Black Little Mermaid. We're gonna be covering that.
One of the most moving ones for me was Sky, because he had no idea. Well, I still you did what I was going to do that night when I dropped it on you. But Sky was really cold. Like I just came in the chat, just started goofing off. Then without telling him in the chat, I started sending DMs through his Instagram, right? He's like, hold on, what's this? And then the look of just his jaw just dropped, right? And the first thing I told him was that, Dreamwalkers can be a TV series. And his jaw just dropped, and I just kept pouring on the details, and his jaw just kept dropping and dropping. And, and by the way, Sky, you're in my comic book. He cried. He cried on air.
Yeah, he did.
He turned off. He went black and goes, guys, I'll be back. He was really, really moved, and I was so moved by that as well. That one I'll never forget. And Zod thought he knew what it was, but he didn't. Just a look of shock in his face.
I didn't know. I didn't know anything.
I had no idea.
Mikey, you have this knack for just throwing us all off of our square at that point. We were just like, because we all thought we knew.
Yeah,
some stuff, but no, we didn't know anything.
People thought it was Snyder for the longest time, and that was my smokescreen with Snyder the whole time, right? I remember when James Gunn basically killed off the Snyderverse. there are some people saying, "Well, there goes the Ark, then." And I'm just like laughing because it was the Ark. That was never the Ark.
No.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
so is that what betas are saying now? Because I'm not paying attention.
I'm
Is that
not
what they're
paying
saying at
attention.
this point? That was the arc, the Snyderverse?
Yeah.
No.
Well, like I would tease the audience that way. It was,
Right, right. What people don't realize, if they'd been following you and Sil,
Yeah.
Mikey,
Yeah.
they should already know at this point that if you were talking about
Retro.
the Snyderverse,
Retro,
at that
hello.
point you would have
Hey, damn, Retro.
eventually told everyone, "Hey, Retro."
Oh yeah, the one person who did figure it out and like messaged me was Chrysla. It was
Yeah.
always in Sil's chat. He messaged me. He goes, "Mikey, I know your secret." He goes,
Yeah, I know. I saw his comments. I thought, oh my god, what the juice?
So DreamWalker TV show, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. Then he threw all the evidence at me. Like, okay, just don't say a word. It's gonna be
Yeah.
announced soon anyway. Now, keep in mind, he said it before I got any clues. He just picked up all the evidence, the little tidbits I was dropping this whole time.
That's right.
So this is hilarious.
That's amazing, and the journey that's brought us, you and all of us here, is it's a lifetime experience. Going through the Snyder Cut fandom
Yeah.
and all that, and coming out the other end thinking, oh, do you know what? This is, it's kind of coming to an end a little bit now. We've fought the good fight and that, and then this bloody lands on your doorstep. And it was just Dreamwalker worldwide takeover.
It's as Sox Bulletins coined it. It's the Mikey verse, and I will say this right now. The Mikey verse is in a whole nother league. When you compare it to what we're getting from other franchises at this point. We don't even have to mention any other franchises. It's like what we got, how we all came together.
Yeah.
Through something like that, through the Snyderverse, and coming out now through the Mikey verse. This is just a beautiful thing, and this is the way. This is something that was very, very organic.
Yeah,
you know.
You know what's funny, guys? This announcement, as you guys remember from our little chats, has been delayed and delayed and delayed.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Gunn kept delaying his own freaking slate, right? Remember, I was telling you guys last week, just watch. I'm going to collide with Gunn. Just watch. We're going to drop on the same day. Yeah, we did.
Mikey gunned down DC. That's what happened. Mikey gunned down DC.
James Gunn's slate went down like a lead balloon. Everyone was like, whack.
Yeah. There's really, when you think about the level of hype that exists for Dreamwalker, you have to understand Dreamwalker is a worldwide thing. It's huge, right? No, but there's no interest right now. There's no hype in
this is
anything else.
fresh new
it's
project.
Brand new IP.
Yeah, it's and like Kate Valdez, for instance, she's brilliant, talented actress. She's got like over 3 million followers on Facebook.
I predict that she will be Wonder Woman one day.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. She'd love that. Oh my god!
But for her to break through into the bigger world of kind of like the Hollywood side of things, and British and Asian crossover stuff. That's just
my end game is right. Remember, Kate for Wave, and this puts her on the map for Wave now.
Yeah,
it's gonna be. You know what I mean? She got a show here in America. It's gonna put her on the map.
I'm so happy for her, and thanks to you and Noel and on all that. It's just so amazing. We'll when the dust settles a bit, maybe we'll get her on and speak to her one day on here, and I'm definitely going to try and make some trips to America and the Philippines to try and get involved in stuff.
Like I said, when the time is right, I'm gonna start setting up some celebrity interviews and stuff. So
Yeah,
we got a marketing plan that we're rolling out.
cool.
Me being a publicist, I can do a better job than what DC's doing with their own stars and their own bosses too.
Yeah.
But Mikey, that says a whole lot about all the people that used to talk about you and act like you didn't know what you were talking about, that you were fake, that you were just making stuff up, that you didn't know what you were. And look at where you are now. Look at what's going on now.
I'd really hate to be the people that screwed you over in the past and could have been a part of this if they wasn't such backstabbing. Beep.
Doesn't that speak volumes about the kind of person that we're dealing with Mikey?
Yeah.
Mikey, you've been nothing but great to all of us, and we've all grown to appreciate you as a friend and as a creator and as everything that you are to all of us.
Right.
And like I said, I've kind of looked at this whole experience as being a very family-like experience. It is. It's a beautiful thing.
So thankful for your friendship, Mikey. I mean, I speak to you pretty much every day, and before the arc and all that,
all that stuff.
Messaging each other. He's telling me this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck?
hold on, guys, hold on.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so it's just amazing, and massive shout out to the chat. Trying to keep up, but it's kind of a little bit of a in-depth sort of interview with Mikey here to try and explain to everyone the story. There's gonna be loads more streams in the future and stuff, but we're here we go. Buck asked channel, you mean at Savage Bat? How you doing, Noel? That's brilliant. Let's just have a little look at. Hold on a minute. Let me just get rid of Noel's comment for a second there. You've seen this before, but the really talented Nolan Flores with the Savage Bat there.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
That was in a competition of artwork you could win. Was it Marcus that won that in the end?
I think it was.
I think it was Marcus got all the art, didn't he?
No, Vega won silver.
Vega won silver. Yeah,
he did this. Yeah, he did a song for Sil's channel, and he won the art.
And then see Mikey, and then people wonder why I believe we live in a computer simulation. I'm just there's so weird, right? There's so many things that we just can't explain with the normal order of the way things are supposed to go, right?
We definitely have to get Noel on the channel as well. Yeah, for a talk about his...
for this is gonna be nonstop till this show's on the air, man.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm like. I had a little break over Christmas, but I'm full blown on Dreamwalker and other projects and stuff.
It's the network of the Mikey verse at this point, Mikey.
Yeah.
We're all essentially going to be promoting and talking about this nonstop. So yeah,
the main function of my channel is basically going to be promoting Dreamwalker from for the foreseeable future, really. So
well, like I said in the chat, we're going to announce this soon with the logo, guys. But all of our fellow network YouTubers who are going to start a network together, and I have a name for you guys. I'll announce when the logos around, and we can have a formal announcement. We're all going to unite.
Brilliant. That's excellent.
And the Mikeyverse will connect with the Sil Nation and the Cool Team. We're all going to connect, guys. We're one big collective here, one big family, really.
That is excellent. Really,
Noel is just amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and I have to finish that issue 3 script still. I'm almost done, Noel. Almost done. Because even like the studio was like, issue 3 out yet?
Soon, I'm a bit shy. We'll get you on. We'll get you on now.
You're gonna be just like Game of Thrones, Mikey. You're gonna be behind, and the show is gonna be starving.
Yeah, I know.
starving for material. Like, when's the next book coming out? They're going to be knocking on your, blowing up your phone even more than they already are.
The producer said the same thing to me. You realize we have the Game of Thrones this, do you? Like, yeah, I realized that. That's okay. I'll be looking at all the scripts anyway, and we have a great talent on board the show.
Well, unless they release each episode as based off of each issue as like a feature length episode, and
there's 8 episodes season 1, and that's going to adapt issues 1 through 6. Obviously, there'll be some tweaking here and there, and there'll be some things that, since my own scripts won't be done by then, they're going to have to fill in those spots themselves and not talk to me about it. And but I'm really cool with that. Whenever you adapt anything to a different medium, there's always going to be changes, and I'm cool. They did ask me for things that I will not negotiate for. And so I went over. I said, "Okay, yeah, that all sounds good. Like, I don't want this in there. I don't want this in there."
Is that what essentially your main story Bible will entail?
Yeah.
So that the details for little things that you don't have out yet can be filled in that way.
Yeah, they can fill it in. And we have a writer, Caitlin Fay, who has Cuento Comics. I think she's one of the publishers of that. It's an all-female comic book company, and a lot of their comics are about Philippine folklore. And like, what a perfect person to do this,
Yeah.
So I'll be working with her.
I'm so excited about the Philippine folklore stuff.
Yeah.
And the representation as well. Kate Valdez being the main character of the show.
Yeah.
The next Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you like. That's going to be big for the Philippines. On the map.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood. Let's just be brutally honest. Is a little bit racist. Well, not a little bit. It's a lot racist.
A lot. Yeah.
A lot racist. So this is going to be. There's more to this than people are even realizing. It's going to be it's going to be amazing.
Well, what's really cool is that I do have a diverse cast of characters in the comic, and it's not woke. There's nothing woke about it. It's just how it is.
No, that's right. A good example of that was recently was Andor. That had diverse
but you don't notice it, right?
You don't notice it because it wasn't talking about race. It wasn't talking about anything. The characters were obviously different shades of skin color, but it had no effect on the actual storyline at all. Because the universe is a big place. It ain't all white.
As you age and you read more and you study more, you realize. Well, I realized I matured a lot in my writing. I realized the importance of characters. This book is driven by its characters. Not really, the plots are one thing, but really it's the characters that drive this.
Yeah.
And that's my focus. It's like, if I focus on the characters, the stories they'll arrive. You know what I mean? Like in issue 2, when Dreamwalker, because Dreamwalker has been more of an observer, right? Or she saved the kid, or tried to save the kid in the first issue. But in issue 2, she brought on some Spectre-like vigilante justice in issue 2, and I felt that after the first issue, when she couldn't save that kid and the bird took him away, and that kid's dead. Okay, that bird's gonna eat that kid. Okay, and so in issue 2, she said, "I failed before. I won't do it again." With that guy that was abusing his kids, beating him up and stuff, and his daughters are zombies now, and so when she saw it with her own eyes, because it's one of the things I want to do with dreams, guys, is to do less obvious dreams. Like, I dream in memories. Some of my dreams are memories. They're not dreams. They're things that happened to me before, and I remember them through my dreams. And so when she goes into that little girl's dream, she goes, "This isn't a dream, it's a memory." And she saw through the kid's eyes her sister's being physically abused with a belt and everything. And she's emotionally affected by it. So when she finds out what really happened, she doesn't kill the guy who did this. she just kidnaps him and throws him to the demon kids. Here, you know, do your justice on him. You know, you're from the
Neo
shreds.
Sevens. Kate liked my tweets just now. Yeah,
That's
Kate. Kate's liked a couple of my posts to do with Dreamwalker in the past. I was like, wow. I was really impressed by that.
But you know, it's just gonna get it's gonna get more busy and crazy. Like a few weeks ago, I was talking about leaving Rose Gallery. I really thought, man, my schedule was nuts. But I was told, no, you should stay on because people want to hear your voice. People want to hear you. You can promote Dreamwalker and make Phil's channel Dreamwalker HQ, which yeah, okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
capitalize on it. You know,
Having Dreamwalker HQ or Mikeyverse HQ, whatever you want to call it,
Deliverance.
and
that's
then
my favorite
having
line. That's favorite line in the comic. You know, Deliverance.
and then
There
having
you go.
having this network where
Yeah.
where you have all of us at your disposal, Mikey. It's perfect.
Oh, I love it. And thank you guys always for all your support and getting the word out because you guys got the word out about Dreamwalker. It wasn't me, it was you guys kept getting the word out. Like raving
Mikey.
about the comic book, buying copies, and you put it on Facebook, like, well, what's that comic you're holding? What's that? You know? I mean, it's all like organic, right? Grassroots type of stuff, which I absolutely love.
Well,
But
it helps when it's such a high quality.
thank you. Well, that's
yeah.
Noel, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And I tell you, when I write a script now, I imagine it with Noel's art, and it really fires me up. And
To put yourself in that mindset
yeah,
of
exactly,
imagination.
you know.
Yeah. I do the same with the acting
And
stuff.
so
yeah.
when I was a kid, guys, I tried to draw when I was a kid, and I was good up until a certain point. I just couldn't draw women. Ironically, I just didn't know how they looked. They looked terrible. They were not attractive. But of course, you know, to people I idolize or Frank Rosetta. Okay, you know, and you're like 10 years old, and you're trying to draw like you know,
Yeah.
like Frank Rosetta. It doesn't work. But I realized, guys, that I could describe things I couldn't draw. Being a writer, right? But with Noel is a weapon of mass destruction, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I want 3 demon girls hanging
He
from
can
a
draw
from a church.
everything.
Like he can draw anything, right? You know. So, now I know how Stan Lee feels when he had Jack Kirby at his side, when you have Steve Ditko at his side, you had Gene Colan at his side. He had these artists that can draw anything, right? And I think that makes Stan a more imaginative and great writer because he had artists that he knew who could pull it off.
Yeah.
And that gives you confidence. And confidence,
Much
man,
respect to
in
that.
art is everything.
Yeah, I'll just bring up some of Noel's. You can carry on talking there. There's
Oh,
the,
don't show Syl that he gets jealous.
yeah, got that special edition there. And we got
Oh, yeah, there you
Dreamwalker
go.
#1, signed by Noel himself
Oh,
there.
wow. That's awesome.
And there's the preview of the thing too. Then we have the Filipino variant, also signed by Noel at the bottom.
I
there.
got that one.
Yeah, that's going to be worth a lot of money. That one day.
Oh, yeah, that one especially.
Yeah. Then we got this variant here with the sword,
Awesome.
also signed by Noel at the bottom there. There's the other variant with the
And a jeepney
monsters
cover.
in the
Yeah, I love
background.
that one.
Absolutely love that with the 3 things on the back there. Then that one.
That's the most, that's
That
the most
one.
rare. That's the most rare, yeah.
That's pretty brutal there.
That's a tribute to an EC comics from the 50s. So Crime Suspense Stories 33, I think it was. But I
Yeah.
told Noel, let's pay tribute to EC Comics, and he pulled it off with that one.
Yeah, just to give you a little tiny little bit there. There's Sil Abdul biting someone's neck there. Kate Valdez smashing someone's face off with an axe. It's all very, it's all family friendly stuff
Oh,
there.
yeah, it's just, hey, kids, comics.
Yeah, kids love this stuff.
Okay, dude, I grew up on that stuff. That's why I'm running it that way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, people like, don't you think it's a little too gory for kids? Are you kidding me? I grew up on that stuff. I turned out well, I think.
Yeah, careful, Savage. No creasing. Yeah, I'm gonna get my my books, put in those plastic cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be looked after well. Don't you worry about
What's really
that.
cool about this announcement, guys, is that everybody on the staff is Filipino. It's an all Filipino show.
Exact.
The showrunner, the director, the creators. I mean, it's all Filipino, man. The Filipino invasion here.
It's absolutely amazing. And who's the director?
Mikhail
Mikhail Red, and then who's the lady that does the?
Caitlin Fay. Caitlin Fay is the head writer.
Head writer.
Yeah.
And you're obviously. Is it executive producer? Executive producer.
I'm the Greg Berlanti of the
Ah,
show.
there you go.
I can't wait to see that on IMDb.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Mikey Sutton, hey, that's my boy.
It's gonna be wild seeing on the screen. Like, oh my God, there it is. There's my credit right there.
Yeah. Pinot Power. That's right. Pinot Power.
Exactly what it is, man. It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this will ever sink in, man. I think I'm just gonna be writing the shows that I'm so like, yeah.
Oh, well, I messaged you the other day. I really don't know how you cope with the pressure of it all. It's just absolutely amazing.
Well, there was a film a couple of years ago called The Glamour and the Squalor. It's a documentary about my friend Marco Collins, who made Nirvana famous. He discovered Beck, made Pearl Jam famous. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a DJ. I have 2 credits in that film. I think it's on Amazon Prime. I think you can watch it on there. The documentary of him becoming the biggest DJ in Seattle during the grunge movement and his downfall from all drugs and everything. But I was at the world premiere at the theater, just seeing my name on the big screen. Dude, I just lost it. It was like my first taste of it. And I've always loved television, guys. I was, John and I joke about Manimal and stuff like that. We used to watch as kids.
Manimal.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Manimal.
No, I started because I've been on this, this whole 1986 kick.
There you go. Yeah.
And I went back and was looking at started looking at Knight Rider again and was thinking of all these different things, Mikey. And again, the music.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, like, man, I'm gonna like compare notes with you on music for Dreamwalker, because Dreamwalker's gotta have. There's so many songs that just fit, and you've been mentioning bringing up certain bands and obscure bands that only a few of us know, and you mention them in the chat, and you put up the videos, and the submarine song, and
I thought it was cool that when the show Wednesday had the Goo Goo Muck by the song Goo Goo Muck by the Cramps. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. I want to have my Goo Goo Muck moment, right? So,
I really like that show Wednesday.
That was great.
Really good.
Issue 3 is titled Happy Nightmare Baby. And if you look it up on YouTube, it's a song by Opal from 1987 called Happy Nightmare Baby. And I've always wanted to turn that into a story, and I finally found the perfect story for it. Perfect title, right? Happy Nightmare Baby, Dreamwalker for perfect. I'm hoping they use the song in the show. I'm gonna ask, hey, can you put that Opal song in? Opal became Mazzy Star, which is Fade Into You.
Fade Into You from Starship Troopers.
Yeah, there you go.
But, was going to mention that. Don't be Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh God, that's the worst.
Use actual. Blondie is one of my favourites.
The tide is high.
Yeah.
Well, lately, Call Me's my theme song lately. So.
Yeah.
Well, with the way your phone is going.
Blondie and OMD. Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark.
Oh yeah.
Big fan of them.
I was posting secret on my Facebook. No one knew what I was talking about.
There's a movie from a very basic, softcore romantic film from '86, Mikey. I don't know if you know this movie, but you might know it, called 11 Days, 11 Nights.
Oh my God!
And there's a song in the movie called "Save Tonight for Me." I don't know. I was listening to it earlier this week, and I was thinking I could imagine that song being played in like a subtle club scene in Dreamwalker. It just fits. It has that real 1986 vibe that you and I were talking about.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, man. So much
really funny
music you could
the
pull.
original producer of Dreamwalker, he was when we were going over the contract, right? She goes, I know. She's like, I know you know about music. I'm like, are you like looking me up?
Well, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? It's-
No, she goes, no. She goes, I know you're an expert on music. I know this. I'm like, okay. He goes, so I mean, we're gonna need you to choose songs for the soundtrack. I'm in. I'm all in.
The soundtrack. Wow.
Excellent. We know that's going to be, that's going to be special. And,
I mean, 86 is a special year for music for me, God, and I already have like the main song. To me, for if Silver and Blood ever gets adapted, Welcome to the Boomtown is the perfect song. David came out 86.
Time Bomb Town, Lindsey Buckingham.
There you go. Oh God, dude,
From Back to the Future.
That's awesome. I love his work. I love his solo work. So, just it's like living in a dream. That's a song, "Living in a Dream" by Bruce Lee Echo. Yeah, there you go. I gotta use that now.
The music could be another iconic character of Dreamwalker, just like Noel's art for the comic book.
Yeah,
essentially, if you can craft that, curate that list of 1980s songs for that certain era.
Well, look at what happened with Stranger Things. It put Kate Bush's song back in the charts all around the world. Like Kate Bush come out going, "What's happening? Why is everyone listening to my song?"
you know what's funny? The first album I ever
The Weird Al Effect.
Yeah, the first album I ever bought was that album, Hounds of Love. I bought it in '86. I bought the first album I ever bought. And Running Up That Hill is on that. Right, I played it to death.
Yeah,
the biggest Kate Bush fan. I was so happy when that song
that was my age group. I grew up with Kate Bush and Queen. Was that when in the '80s when I was younger? That
she was obscure here. She was huge in England. She's like a legend.
Massive in England. Yeah. We had the video Kate Bush video VHSs.
Yeah.
It was there was two of them, and it was 3 VHSs in each box, and it had all her music videos on. And I think we just
there's a
played them to death.
Song I want to use for Dreamwalker called Cloud Busting. The video had was it
Donald Sutherland was in the video.
That song is freaking amazing.
Oh, the guy that designed the cloud machine. There was a story about him recently.
Oh yeah,
there was a whole massive story behind that. I can't remember what it was, but that's cloud busting. That's part of my childhood.
Wow. I mean, I when I bought that album, I could not stop playing that song. It was hypnotic. That melody in that song is hypnotic, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I want to have that song in there if I could.
Excellent.
Just the rice might be a little pricey for Kate Bush now. I mean, she's through the roof now. Like,
I mean that's Stranger Things. Just boom.
Yeah,
that went silly.
When Stranger Things first came out, I mean, I saw it the first night that it debuted. I was blown away that it had Echo and the Bunnymen song in the first episode. I think it was at the very end. It was like, oh my God, what was that Echo and Bunnymen song? It was off Ocean Rain on it, but anyway, it was just like, that is freaking amazing, man. Yeah, Stranger Things is great. Yeah, I heard that in the 07s. I haven't watched that show yet, The Last of Us. I really get raving about that show.
I never played the game, so I haven't really caught up with all that.
Yeah.
No, I will catch up eventually, but...
You know how weird it is when people do reaction videos to my show? Weird.
It rose 400.
That's gonna be a part of it. That's gonna be fantastic. having all of your characters from your comic book.
Do reaction videos to their characters. That's weird, right? It's weird. Like I said, someone has Silver. Like, have you interviewed Silver? Like, what? That's just weird, right? Here's actor playing Silver. Here's Sil.
That was great, and like you said, I was like a deer, looking at headlights. I was shocked.
Oh no, that memory is embedded in my brain. David. That sight of you just like, what just happened here?
I know. Well, they cancelled the stream and said, you know what, I need to lie down. I can't even speak. You know. And then and I couldn't tell anyone about it either. It was made even worse. Everyone was going, what? What's the matter? What's the matter? I was going, I can't say.
Imagine me in April and
secrecy is
yeah, I got that message from the original producer.
yeah.
And I didn't know what her track record. I didn't know what her resume was. Put it that way. All I knew is she was a producer. Okay, cool. And so that was the first time I spoke with actually spoke, not just messaged him. Actually spoke with 108 Media. Was that faithful conversation I had with her, and she introduced herself, and she said, "Yeah, maybe you might be familiar with my work or something like that." She goes, "I produce Eerie." I said, "You gotta be kidding me! Of all movies for you to produce, you produced a film that influenced Dreamwalker. Like issue 2 is a tribute to Eerie.
That is very, very eerie.
Yeah, it is eerie, right? It's like, wait a minute, how does... Did you guys know? It goes, no. I never posted about it. Right?
Well, that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing now, Mikey. I'm telling everybody you gotta check out Eerie.
Yeah.
Because Eerie will get people ready. They'll get them in that mindset so that when Dreamwalker hits,
the Eerie connection and the fact that you picked Kate Valdez to be the character in the comic, now she's going to play that character in live action. All of that culminating together, that is some serious universe stuff going on there.
Oh, it is.
The force is strong. Well, it's all come together. It's just so amazing.
The producer was like, she was like, "Wow, that what a small world." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "How did you end up producing Eerie?" I asked her this. He goes, "Oh, you didn't know? I didn't know what? Eerie is 108 Media. Wait a minute. How is it the studio that made the movie that inspired Dreamwalker all of a sudden found me?"
Right.
You know, and then it just blows my mind, right? Because when I made Dreamwalker a serious horror book, I was thinking of the tone. Like I didn't want to do like, oh, hold on, guys, hold on.
Yes, okay. No. But yeah, so far so good. It's great talking to Mikey about this, and shout out to everyone in the chat. You back now? Yeah.
I'm back now. So I wanted a serious, atmospheric tone, but I didn't want to be like Sandman. I gotta be different with this, and the fact that Eerie took place in the Philippines, like, okay, that's the tone I want with this, kind of a little bit slow, but it moves. The plot moves, and so the scares you build up to them, and the fact that I had a female perspective too, that was crucial to Dreamwalker. I was able to see that. So visually in my head, David, I was imagining the director of Eerie. Like, how would he set up the scene? That's how I imagined the book. And yeah, we'll get to that now.
That is the power of the Force. That is.
And I told the producer, I said, yeah, it's heavily influenced by Eerie. If you guys see Eerie, you'll see it. Issue 2 is a tribute to Eerie. And what I'm about to say right now, okay, I got this piece of information after issue 2 was already out. Okay, nothing to do with it. I paid tribute to the director of Eerie with issue 2. And then, I think it was in October, November, the producer, he goes, we got a director. Like, thank God, that's cool. Who is it? It's Mikhail Red. Wait, the director of Eerie? The director of Eerie is my director. What is this? Divine Intervention?
Now is he directing? Yeah. Now, is he going to be the director for the whole season?
He is. I mean, I think there's one or two episodes he's not doing. He's doing the rest. He is a series director.
Wow, that's eerie.
It's eerie. It is, right? So, like, and this was before. Yeah, it is a 2018 film, Eerie. Yeah, it's on Netflix. You can go watch it.
Yeah, on Netflix now.
It has subtitles, so, you know. And so he signed before he really exploded in December. His film The Leader won 7 awards, like the Philippines version of the Oscars. He won 7, including Best Picture and Best Director. Horror films don't do that kind of awards stuff, you know. Um, and now he's the Zack Snyder of the Philippines, like as Zod said. He's huge. But we signed him before that happened. So just wild, absolutely wild. Um, so I'm looking forward to see his visual eye and a book that he influenced.
Well, that's just amazing. What more of a weird crossover do you want than that? You know.
Now, and this is a question, Mikey, that I got to ask about Mikhail Red now. If you could have had any director that you wanted for Dreamwalker, who else would you have picked? What would have been a better choice at that point? I mean,
Mikhail Red was my choice.
Yeah, so that's.
I mean,
it's like a dream.
Shocking.
It's like a dream, Mikey.
It is. And I wasn't even thinking. I knew that 108 Media worked with him on Eerie. I wasn't even thinking of him as director for this. I figured, why would he direct a TV show? So when I was told this Mikhail Red, I just lost it, man. I couldn't believe it.
That's excellent.
Like, wow, it's like everything is falling into place. Like it's like the universe. Mikey, what do you want? Oh, Mikhail Red. Okay, who's Mikhail Red? One K-Bell is a star. Okay, K-Bell is a star. One creative control. Okay, creative control. Like what? What is this? Am I on Earth 2? I'm still think that I may have died in 2018, and this is another universe. It
feels like
that.
Even to us.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, I could go on and on about my feelings about simulation theory, but the idea of what you just said, Mikey, about dying and then essentially just living on in another universe or another timeline, it makes perfect sense. We just respawn like Super Mario in a video game.
Right?
Like, hey, okay, there we are.
But the scene in issue 1 where she's in the hospital and she's looking up at her doctors. That's my memory of my stroke. That's exactly what I remembered, and the well somehow went into my head and captured that.
That really is meta.
You know, like how was I able? Did I write the script that vividly? But he caught that so well.
Yeah, I mean, Noel is such a great artist, and you know that artwork he done with me, my character, the Savage Bat and stuff.
I was blown away when I saw that.
I sent him several different, sort of photos of me doing different poses and facial expressions, and he got it nailed on. People that I've showed it to was like, "Oh my god, that's you!"
He captured you perfectly. And if you notice, how awesome he is in issue 1. But issue 2, he clearly leveled up. He clearly leveled up with issue 2. And you can tell this guy is like, hey, my book is out. You can feel the swagger in his art there. You felt it in my writing as well. I think we both leveled up. But issue 2 and issue 3 it's just gonna be banging, man. Issue 3 is nuts.
I really cannot wait. I pre-ordered mine from the Philippines today, funny enough. And paid off my bill to Janelle.
It's up for pre-order already.
There's a little poster thing that Janelle posted of Kate Valdez there on a thing to pre-order. So Second Skin Comics, we're all promoting it on Twitter and Facebook and all sorts. So just get them copies of Dreamwalker.
Yeah, John Lee, like, can we do pre-orders now? Like, okay, it's gonna be a couple of months though.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, right back. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, really excited for issue 3. Obviously, there's
obvious.
There's going to be a lot of little cameos going on there. Wink, wink. But
wait. It's going to be fantastic.
I really, really, really can't wait, and so happy for everyone that's been picked, to be characters and stuff like Socks, you Zodwriter, and Still Abdul, Alicia Nava. It's just amazing, Skywalker, and all these little Easter eggs that Mikey's going to be putting in there. Obviously, I'm very excited about my character. Yeah, it's just how you doing, John, mate? How's it going? Yeah, amazing art. Yes, it is, and what a pick, Kate Valdez, the lead role of the comic, and now the lead role of the TV show. She's
It doesn't get any better.
very talented, beautiful young lady, and it's just she really is going to knock it out the park. I've watched some of her older stuff on AMC, the TV stuff on the Philippines, and I'm just so happy for her, her big breakthrough. With this, it's it's just absolutely amazing, and we've just got to the chat and to the people that are watching on the replay. This is more to come. This is just the beginning. Mikey's got so much planned. It's such exciting times ahead. With all that's happening involved with it, and like he says, networking and stuff between the channels and uniting. Like things should be, professional and united. That's the way it's got to be.
Right.
We have to work together, and that's just the facts.
Yeah. Even
Fantastic mania.
even when yeah.
Socks Bulletin. I love the Mikeyverse. Don't we all, Socks? Could you imagine if Second Skin Comics bought DC? That would be funny. Yeah, I'd actually love to see that, because DC Comics is in a complete mess at the moment, as everyone knows. Like more, original IPs like Mikey's doing. Zack Snyder with Rebel Moon. That's this an Army of the Dead original stuff. It's new days ahead. In general, in Hollywood and in the media. It's just going to be, I just really can't wait for the world to see Dreamwalker in live action, and the way it's going to, culminate with the comics and our YouTube channels and everything like that. It's just we've just got so much to look forward to and so much to be happy about.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna it's gonna be really, really positive. And you just can't beat it, and I'm just honoured to be a part of it, really. And I can't thank Mikey enough. Really, it's just could never have dreamed. No one would have believed War of the Worlds. No one would have believed. At first, when I got the news, oh, you're going to be a character in a comic book, I was like, wow, that's amazing. Well, now it's going to be made into a TV show. What the hell? This is huge stuff.
Yeah, it's a whole nother level of excitement. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. And, we have been warning people, big things are coming, and they were like, what? Oh, yeah, we've heard it all before, blah, blah, blah. Well, there you go. It was reported by Variety, some of the biggest news sites around the world today. The news is out there now. The Dreamwalker is going to be live action, and like Mikey said, the dream sequences are going to be animated as well, because 108 has got their own animation company. They've bought their own animation division or something. I'll ask Mikey about that when he comes back. But I'm a big fan of that. Obviously, Zack Snyder done that, in Watchmen with Black Freighter, and it worked really well.
It'll work brilliantly, especially if they continue to utilize Noel's beautiful artwork.
Definitely,
if they take inspiration from what he's done in the comics, for that element of Dreamwalker, based off of some of the things that Mikey was saying, I mean, it's a grand slam, man.
Yeah, it worked really well in Kill Bill, And a long time ago as well. I don't know if some of you younger viewers will remember this. Tank Girl, which was based on a comic that had a lot of animated parts from the comic added to it. It wasn't 100% accurate, but it was a great movie. A bit of a cult movie. I really like that movie. With Ice-T was one of the mutant kangaroos in it. But that worked really well as well. The mixture of live action and animation. So really excited about that. So I grew up 80s and 90s, big fan of manga animation. All the greatest stuff. We was just touching on the animated dream sequences.
Oh,
Mikey.
yeah. Oh, about to discuss that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to go in 10 minutes. I gotta
Yeah.
send some emails out and then prepare for Skywalker show.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, let me discuss that with you guys. This is like the most interesting parts of the show. So before I got the agreement, guys, I was asked.
Yes, retro Tank Girl.
Oh, Tank Girl's great.
Yeah, we was just saying. I was just saying Tank. Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, Tank Girl's one of my favorites.
Lori Petty. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely
So
crazy.
before I
movie,
got
that.
the agreement, I was asked, like a McDonald's menu or something. Do you want a TV series? Do you want live action? Do you want animation? Seriously, to ask me this question, I was like, what? Like, this is crazy, right? And I said, I want a live action TV series. I don't want to film right now. I said I want to prove myself. And secondly, I want to tell the story because I don't think a 2-hour film would only cover issue 1, right? Just an origin story with the birds. And there's so much story I wanted to tell. And so I said, no, I would like a streaming TV series. Did this ever happen to anybody else? You know what I mean?
Choose your own adventure, Mikey.
Choose your own adventure, right? And so, yes, I want a live action series. Okay, that's how we'll do it then. Like, okay, and so before we had another meeting before the contract signing, and the studio president was there in the conversation. We were talking. Really, these are all great people, guys. I love these people. I love One Night Media. Very, very nice people. They're all fans. They're all fans of the genre. So I was talking to him, and he said, "Well, we have an idea. We want to see what you think of it." Okay. How would you like if we have the dream sequences in the show and all the nightmare sequences be anime, and everything else be live action? And I'm like, that's a brilliant idea. I mean, how cool is that, right? Because it's a dream, it has to look otherworldly, right?
Yeah.
Well, then you dream in anime,
Excellent.
And so I said, well, okay, that's a great idea, but where are you going to outsource this? That's being a veteran of the industry, I ask the right questions. Like they know I'm smart, they know I know a lot about the industry. And he goes, oh yeah, well, it's like, what animation studio would you use? Oh, we bought one. Like, what?
Yeah.
We're talking to Ben Affleck here, I know I bought it.
I bought the bank. Yeah, I heard you
Bought
say
the
that
bank,
on the channel earlier. That was
Like,
funny.
yeah, he goes, yeah. Like look it up. And I'm like, okay. So I looked it up. It was in Variety, of course. They bought the Malaysian anime studio, Robot Playground. And Robot Playground has done work for Disney. Disney outsourced them some animation work.
Right.
Like, okay, this is a top-notch company for Disney to use anybody, right?
Yeah.
So you can go to YouTube and look up Robot Playground. You can look at their stuff. It's really good. They're going to do the anime sequences of Dreamwalker whenever she's in a dream or something. And just so happens, the biggest anime fan I know is Kate Valdez. Right, she's a huge anime fan. When I told her that, oh my god, dude, she was just like over the moon. Okay, I said, Kate, you're gonna be an anime. Like, what? Whenever you use your dream powers, you enter like little kid's dream. It's anime.
That's amazing. She's gonna look so great in animation.
Yeah.
Man. I can just picture it now. She's got the look.
And what's really wild is that we're gonna see Sil animated, which just blows me away. um, and so that scene in the first issue where that kid's chopping up his dad, we're gonna see that anime because that's in the dream.
Right.
Which is gonna be even creepier when you see it anime style. It's a bloody scene, by the way. I look back at it like, oh, that's violent. um, but yeah, so there's gonna be an anime stuff in the show, and also it's in my option that they do have an option for an anime spin-off if it succeeds and if it does really well. They got a company, bought a company for $6 million for it.
Nice.
And
it's no small amount of money.
and Variety had some of this in the article. The other projects they're working on. 108 Media is a big company. They're working with Neil Marshall. I think Zod is familiar with him. He directed some episodes of Game of Thrones. I'm in the same company as the director of Game of Thrones. Okay, that's how high this goes.
Well, yeah, you're keeping good company, Mike.
I'm keeping good company, right? And so, not only that, this wasn't a Variety article; it's a different Variety article. They have a project with the director of The Crow, Alex Proyas. He's got a project with 108 Media as well. That is some damn company I got there. I mean, like, wow. That's impressive,
That's amazing.
And it sounds to me like we're going to be the next Blumhouse. Because Neil Marshall is doing horror, Alex Proyas is doing horror, obviously Dreamwalker is horror. It sounds very Blumhousey to me, which is just incredibly part of and they area with horror. So, it's really become their niche now. Which is great because it's easy to sell horror than any other genre out there. I mean,
Yeah. And the Blumhouse connection with Tarantino, the animated part of Kill Bill. That's one of my favourite parts of the film.
Yeah.
With the little girl, getting revenge and all that.
So who knows, David? Maybe one day I'll work with Walter Hamada.
Wow. I was just thinking about that, Mikey. I could just imagine Mikey and Mikey and Walter having a conversation, and Mikey bringing up our band. I could just see you doing that, Mikey. Like, so what's
my God! Please don't.
Or get a picture of me eating a hamburger in front of them, right?
Yeah. Oh my God! Hamada burgers.
Yeah. Would you like your pickles taken out of it, Hamada? Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. But no, the internet would flip. Please don't. No, we don't. Walter Hamada, please, no.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Hamada is a prolific horror producer. Hamada Burgers. Yeah, You there, Mikey? He's, Mike's gone off for a sec there. No worries.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah.
Isn't Hamada with Paramount now doing horror stuff? I mean,
yeah. Yep.
Your paths will cross, David. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's just going to be hilarious. Really, definitely got to throw some Hamada burgers in there.
We want to go to Mickey D's?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have a burger joint in Dreamwalker called Hamada Burgers.
I got a little spoiler for Dreamwalker out there for the comic book. Issue 3 is going to come out, I think.
Oh, you cut off there, Mikey.
Got a little spoiler for issue 3. So Zod makes his debut in issue 3 of Dreamwalker. He's investigating Sil. That's the Silver. That's why he's there in the Philippines. And he's been investigating Silver since '86. He's been suspicious of Silver. He thinks Silver is a vampire. Okay, he's figured it out, but he can't get any evidence. Silver is very sick, hiding from him. And he's got Alicia as bodyguard, so, how can he get through Alicia? So Zod's in the Philippines following a trail of Silver. And unfortunately, Philippines has a lot of vampires already, so it's easy to get lost, right? But anyway, Zod opens up with Zod at a restaurant. Actually, it's Pete's Basement. They're in the first issue. It's also a YouTube channel, by the way, who first broke my stuff. Zod's there reading a book. The book is called Pause Not Stop.
All right.
Hey.
Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. That's beautiful.
That's brilliant.
That's
Excellent.
beautiful. You know how hard I've been working on that book, Mikey. It's
because originally in the script, you're reading a newspaper. And I'm like, what am I doing? John's writing a book. I'm gonna have him read his own book. Like, how meta is that?
That's totally meta.
Zod's story of the Snyderverse coming soon, by the way, everyone. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah.
And so Zod walks out of Pete's basement, not knowing that Syl and Alicia are right across the road, in this car with tinted windows, like, Silver sees him, like, what's he doing here, And then Alicia's like, I want to get him. No, don't waste your time, because Syl knows Zod's power, right? For those who don't know, Zod is immortal. You kill him off, he'll come back from the dead. So Silver knows this. He goes, no, don't even waste your time killing him. He'll come back from the dead right after anyway, right? So Zod's walking through the street. He's looking at all these upcoming concerts. Looking for Silver is what he's doing, okay? And he sees that Necron has a concert coming up. He sees that Sox has a concert coming up. All these, people that you see in the chat, then all of a sudden the shadow of a bat is behind them, and that's David right there. And Zod turns around and goes, "Not you again."
Because she remembers me from the past.
Yeah, remembers you. Yeah.
Hey. So stalking in the background, Savage Bat cameo.
like even here, you're even here,
You're back in nowadays times? Oh my god, I thought you was dead.
but why is Savage Bat there? Of course he's there, because he's Silver's brother. And Zod does not know this.
Right.
Like, come on, would you think that David and Syl are brothers? You would never in a million years.
My black brother from America. This?
Like Danny Glover and Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
That's about the kind of kinship that we're talking about.
Definitely, definitely. I'm a huge.
Not you again.
Not you again. That's amazing. I'm just so hyped for issue. I'm hyped for all of it, but yeah, first appearances, that's going to be great. Really, really, really excited about that. Can't wait to read the Snyderverse book. Zod writer. Yeah, in case you don't know and watching on the replay, Zod is writing a book about the story of the Snyderverse from the start to finish to present day. So keep an eye out that. Pause not stopped, and that'll be coming soon when it's Zod. You're working.
I'm working hard on it, man. I'm hoping.
Super Bro Corey, haha, not you again, Savage. Yeah, so it's very meta, because I kind of get that in real life and on YouTube. Oh no, not the Savage Bat. He's gonna tear the place up. That's absolutely amazing. Really, really, really looking forward to that, and being able to share it with my friends and family. Look, this character was based on me. This is pretty good stuff that you could never have even dreamed of.
Socks. My socks are secure as of right now.
Yeah. We'll have Zod socks. Yeah, maybe one day, socks. Maybe one day. But this socks character's that's freaky. I'm really looking forward to Socks' character showing up, and it's good. I have to say, so far out of the monsters, I think Seal's character's pretty goddamn cool. So far, and Alicia, obviously. But yeah, I just can't wait for all these the characters to be introduced.
Socks is one of the ones I am most excited for.
Yeah, definitely. Socks definitely high up on the list as one of the great characters that I'm really looking forward to, because we all know the story with Socks, and he's probably going to be probably one of the scariest characters in the whole saga, I should imagine. I mean, someone who steals dead people's socks off their corpses. Come on, that's pretty goddamn scary and weird. I'm sure Mikey will be back in a minute, and obviously he's got things to do later with other channels, and he's got lots of emails to send and stuff. But as soon as he's back, we'll sort that out. You there, Mikey?
Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, it's been a crazy, crazy evening.
I know. Thank you so much for your time today, Mikey.
Oh no, it's a pleasure, David. It was great being in Zod.
So great to chat with you, Mikey.
Yeah,
and,
thank you so much.
I'm gonna reach out to you and have you on for a one-on-one late night Q&A one of these nights, my friend.
You should. And if we can get RMB on there, he's been messaging me today. Myra Burnett. Love to have him on there with us. That'd be great.
I will make that happen.
Yeah, make that happen. Schedule it, and I'll be there.
Robert Burnett's a good guy.
Guys. So I have to hit the trail.
Gotta
I got some Facebook stuff to post. I haven't posted on Facebook yet since last night. How busy it's been.
Quickly before you go, I'm going to do for the audience and for the Dreamwalker crew. A Sunday live stream with as many of the Dreamwalker characters as we can get in one to talk about their stuff this Sunday.
Perfect.
I'll drop the link sort of Friday, a bit closer to the weekend, and it's not normal time, Mikey. Yes, sir. Yeah, normal time, midnight UK time. So that's kind of afternoonish on a Sunday for you guys in America. People from the Ark, as many characters as we can get really in it, and have a little bit of a sort of celebration stream. This was a bit more of a sort of personal stream, me, Zod, and Mikey, because we want to, find out about what's happening for Mikey. The spotlight's on him today. He's the man.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much, guys. I mean, I'll be there. Definitely be there, David. Definitely be there.
Brilliant.
It'll be a great celebration stream. Man, life is upside down right now, guys. It's upside down.
It is.
Well, thank you again, Mikey. This has been an
so much.
amazing stream.
It has. Thank you so much, and good luck tonight, and good luck with all this craziness. And I'll be in contact with you about stuff, to do with it as well.
People are messaging me different articles are popping up now. It's really just spreading around.
Worldwide. I really cannot believe it.
When you get variety, right? That's a big one right there. I mean, you get variety, you're everywhere.
That's the big bomb. That was variety. Come on, there's no bigger than that. But just absolutely amazing, and great days ahead. The future is Dreamwalker. The Mikeyverse is real.
Straight up.
Can't ask for more.
We're gonna party like it's 1986.
There you go.
Party like it's 1986 with the soundtrack to go with it.
Thank you all. I'll see you guys. Whoever's awake on Skywalker the Jedi tonight. And he and I will be
I'll probably catch the replay on that.
I'll have to catch the replay. It's 20 to 5 a.m. in the morning here.
I went to bed at 10 a.m. guys and woke up at 2. It's just like, what the hell?
Well, hopefully Skywalker doesn't keep you up too late, Mikey.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna put a little limit on that. I gotta get to bed earlier tonight, but I was really planning on going to bed at 5 o'clock, and all of a sudden 5 became 10. What did I do for 5 hours, though? I was like, what the hell did I do for 5 hours? Was I answering emails for 5 hours?
Well, you're an executive producer now, so you're
executive producer. I cannot wait to see.
How does Greg Berlanti do this? He had like a dozen shows, man. How does he do this?
So happy for you, Mikey. You deserve it. The way you've treated all of us and given us opportunities, you deserve that, man. That's the universe at work.
This is a family thing, as far as I'm concerned. All of us together, and I know you guys have been very, very hardworking and vigilant with restoring a Snyderverse and all different campaigns,
Yeah.
and to summon that energy for something that you are now personally involved in. It's different, right? Because
It does feels totally different.
I mean, if they restore the Snyderverse, you're not going to be in his movies.
No.
You know what I mean? You're in my comics already. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
So, thank you all. Positive energy, guys. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, speak to you
Take
later,
care.
Mikey.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Yeah,
much.
Mikey.
Good
See you.
night, mate. Thank you
Good night,
very
Mikey.
much. Absolute
Bye.
legend. Right. So, folks, well, I'll just quickly check the last bit of the chat there, and I'll have to call it. A million congrats, Mikey. It's the Mikeyverse. Mikeyverse is real. So right, a pow. We are loyal to you, Mikey, forever. That's right. Later creators. Right, we're going to wrap it up there. So remember, Sunday, keep an eye out for the link. I'll drop that. And I'm going to try and get as many of the, people involved in Dreamwalker as I can, characters on the stream. And if there's more, we'll do a little bit of swapping over and stuff. And we'll just see how it goes. But thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Zodwriter. What have you got? Anything planned coming up soon?
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I got a lot of stuff planned, but
Yeah.
as of right now, we're just taking things day by day. But David, as always, it's always a pleasure to stream with you, and I love the
You
fact
too.
that we do this show. So
Yeah, same. And we've become very good friends. It's been absolutely amazing. And I can't ask for more, really. Like Mikey said, family. This is on a different level. And shout out to everyone in the chat. Sorry I couldn't really interact much today with you. I'll sort of bring up the things. This was Mikey's day. We wanted to hear what Mikey had to say, really.
absolutely, that's what it was about. That was the whole point.
That was the whole point of this episode. But Sunday will be the multi-screen live stream Dreamwalker celebration. Loads more to come. So with my friend Zodwriter, the Batman the Kryptonian, I'm the motherfucking Batman. Dreamwalker is coming out.
Pow, pow.
Batman out.